Perfect. All right, family. So, that being said, welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's having an amazing week so far. It is Monday, August 30th, where I am at here currently in Utah. It's 9:17 p.m. at night. I hope everybody, wherever you are in the world, you guys are having an abundant week so far. My name is Bastian. Okay, a lot of people know me by Honcho from my Instagram. Okay, and a lot of people, call me Bash or Honcho, whatever may suit you. Okay, so now, guys, the reason I started these calls was because I have fallen many times on my journey, right? And I believe that because I didn't quit and give up on myself or give up on myself is why I'm here with you guys today. Legit. Because I pushed myself through all those barriers, because I pushed myself through all those circumstances, I am able to share this information with you guys. Not only do I want you guys to take this information and apply it in your own lives, but share this information, share this wisdom, make sure your teams are on these calls. This is why it's so important for every single call you guys to make the time to be here, because it's not just one thing that's going to set your trading over the edge. It's not just one thing that's going to define you as a trader, right? Have you guys ever met someone who is constantly looking for a new strategy, for a new method, for a new confirmation? Have you guys ever drop a 2 in the chat if you've ever met somebody that's consistently looking for a new strategy, right? Something new to take advantage of the market, a new method, a new trading style, right? I know my first year was looking for the most advanced sauce. Yeah. And I believe that we seek this level of information because we are not aware, right? It's all about keeping it simple, right? All we need is 5 confirmations. It's all about being aware, right? It's all about being aware that all the answers to your problems, all the answers to your prayers, all the answers to your needs and wants and questions are all within you, right? It's not a method that is going to create that consistency. It's not just the method, right? And that's what we're going to dive into today, okay? That's what we're going to dive into today and I'm going to get you guys started with this quote, okay? I don't know if you guys know who this is, but if you don't, follow him on Instagram. His name is Tom Bilyeu, okay? He runs a show called Impact Theory, okay? It's a podcast as well. Follow the podcast, listen to his podcast. It's very informational. One of my favorite mentors, and he said this on one of his podcasts. He said, the most impactful moment in my life, okay? I quote Tom. The most impactful moment in my life was when I stopped seeking to be right all the time. The most impactful moment in my life is the moment I stopped seeking to be right all the time and started seeking for the correct answer. And I want you guys to really soak that in. See, you stop seeking to be right all the time. I remember I was looking for the right methodology. I was looking for the right risk. I was looking for the right information. I remember when I started trading, I started back in, I want to say I started back in 2017. I started in Wall Street Academy with Q Banks. And I remember I was just like, at the end of the course, I was like, there's no way that this is it. That there's no way that this is all I need. And I was like, man, I'm done with the course. My belief level, my confidence was high. You know, I had flipped the demo account, right? Drop a 3 in the chat if you flipped the demo account. Drop a 3 in the chat if you flipped the demo account. I know some of you have flipped many demo accounts. I know a lot of us have flipped a lot of demo accounts, right? Right? A lot of us have flipped many demo accounts. Some of you have done it in a day. Some of you have done it in a week. You know, however you've done it. I know that you have done it at some point, right? So now with that quote being said, right? With that quote being said about Tom saying it's very profound to understand that. I remember when I got started, all I was looking for, right, when I was done with QBank's course was to flip my account, my real account now, right? I have the information, so now I must have within me what it takes to be a profitable trader, right? Or so I believe to have the information that I needed. See, this is why I always say, like, we don't trade the markets, we trade our beliefs behind the market. We traded what we believe of the market, right? If you believe, right, that now that you have all the information within you to be a profitable and consistent trader, if all you needed was to finish out the bounce back course, for example, right? All you needed was to finish up the course. And if that's the belief in your head, without understanding the gravity behind trading, right? Not understanding the gravity behind trading, you're going to find yourself believing that you're wrong. Or even worse, now take it this way. If you lose after you flip your demo account and then you start losing, if you lose, believing the fact that you have everything within you to be a consistent trader, knowing the fact that you have everything within you to be a consistent trader, or believing that fact because you finished the course and you flip your demo account, right? Now, because you believe that you are going to be consistently profitable and your results don't reflect that, what starts happening to the belief in yourself? What do you start believing about yourself in that moment? Right? What does losing mean to you? What does losing truly mean to you? Right? Because I've seen a lot of traders lose back to back. I've seen a lot of traders win back to back. Right? I've seen a group of traders all take different losses, and each experience was different within all traders. Why do you think that is? You see, we're all so different because we approach the market with our belief of ourselves and of it, of what we believe we are seeing or perceiving the information, or how we are perceiving the information. Okay, so now going back to our previous calls, right? Our previous class, a trading mistake is not when you lose, but when you don't follow your plan. Okay, and I'm going to dive real deep into that later on, right? But if you don't have a plan, that's a mistake in itself, right? So start there. If you are new or haven't yet created a plan, a written plan, documented so you can follow it through all the way, something that you can see every day, right? Something that's going to hold you, that you're going to be kept accountable to, right? If you don't have that with you, if you don't know what that is, start there. There's 27 individuals on this call that I believe that are more than happy to help you with this question. Because if you have not created your trading plan yet, I guarantee you there's a lot of other people around you that haven't either. And then just likewise, there's a lot of individuals all around us that have already gone through the trial and error, that have already gone through this phase of their career, right? Well, so what is the best thing to do in that case? Right? Is to jump on with one of them, somebody who has what you want, right? Don't listen to I'm not saying don't listen to your best friend, don't listen to your mom, but if they don't have or share the same vision of where you're going, why would you listen to the advice of somebody that does not have what you want? Right? You know, the something I gotta tell you, and it's not even bagging on parents or anything, right? But my parents always told me, like, this is a dangerous, a risky lifestyle. This is a risky journey. You know, how will you have a steady income? How will you be able to guarantee an income? How will you be able to guarantee your bills being paid? How can you guarantee success? Right? And it's because they're in this mindset where a steady income is all they know, right? That's their belief, right? Their belief of what we do day to day is dangerous, right? Maybe your belief of what we do day to day may be not as dangerous. Maybe what you do every day is more exciting to you, right? Or maybe you too have that level of fear within you, right? But it's not, understand that it's not necessarily yours until you accept it. See, my parents' belief of what risk was never my own. I cannot accept what the belief of risk was or is as my own. You see, I understand that that idea, that thought is not useful to me. Whether they be correct or wrong, whether they, in their world, it may be correct. In my world, it's not so. It doesn't need to be my own belief, right? Understanding your beliefs and whether they're serving you or not is huge in this game, guys. Because the idea of what risky is in your head could have been implanted in your head by somebody else. So what is risk to you? What is that level of tolerance, of exposure that you're willing to take? Not the person next to you, not your mentor, not your mom, not your parents, not your brothers, you. What is that pain tolerance for you? Right? And it's understanding that right there. How many times can you take a loss back to back without having it phase you? How many of you, and then I gotta drop an 8 right now because I know I'm guilty of this. How many, drop an 8 in the chat, okay? If you've ever experienced a trade that had a negative toll, not just on your mood, but you felt like in that moment, it had a negative toll on your life, on your career, right? I drop an 8 in the chat if you've ever taken a trade that had you doubting your being, yourself, your confidence. Drop an 8 in the chat if you can relate to this, right? Notice how, and this is an area where I want you guys all to be comfortable, family. This is a safe place. Look how many individuals are in the chat, right? Being open. And I appreciate you guys for your honesty. I appreciate you guys for being open because not everybody can accept these things. I know we've all experienced it, but not everybody can accept it, right? Charlie said, is this really for me type of trades? Yeah, those is this really for me type of trade, right? The ones that have you doubting your intelligence. Because maybe, just maybe, what losing means to you means that you're not as smart as you thought you were. Maybe because you took tests throughout your whole life. Your whole life, you taking tests, right? In school, in college, in elementary, in high school, right? You taking tests, and what it meant to lose or get it wrong then meant that you weren't as smart as you have studied to be, right? So when you implement that belief in your head in a repetitive manner every day for 16 years of your life, right? Some of us went for even longer time to school, right? When you go to school for that long and you implement this idea that being wrong means that you are not doing something right, when you believe in that aspect, that losing makes you wrong, a lot of pain is coming your way, fam. If this is the journey you wish to pursue, a lot of pain is coming your way. And I'm here to tell you ahead of time, prepare, right? Because proper preparation prevents poor performance, right? I love that 5 Ps. I will always bring it up. Prepare yourself with the trading plan. Because most of us have the belief that losing means that we're less of, when in all reality, losing should be nothing, not even a pinch, okay? So don't look at your beliefs, okay, whether they're right or wrong. Remove that perspective away from this environment. There's no right or wrong here, right? Let's remove that perspective because that's not useful to us. Not here, right? Not in Trade House. That's not useful to us. So don't look at your beliefs, whether you're right or wrong, but whether they are useful to you or not, okay? So now, let me ask you guys this, right? How many of us have ever taken a trade based on an emotional decision? How many of you have ever found yourself, drop a 5 in the chat, if you have ever found yourself taking a trade based off of an emotion instead of your confirmations? Now, let me ask you guys this. Everybody answer with a 5 now. Drop a 6 in the chat if you've ever taken a trade based off off the emotion that you got from your confirmations. So now you have all your confirmations, so therefore you get overly excited, and then you start thinking like, man, this setup is real spicy, right? This setup is getting real spicy right now, right? It's looking real good. You got all 5 of your confirmations. Maybe you got a little bit of wick off in there, right? Maybe you got another 3 supporting confirmations. It's New York Open. Everything's just lining up. Maybe your favorite mentor dropped the same chart as you. Maybe your mentor's favorite mentor dropped the same chart as you. And then you're like, oh man, I know that because Jerome was looking for the same area as me, because Charlie is looking for the same area as me, I know that this is it. I know that this is the one, right? How many of you have had the one, right? I know that this is the one. Man, my mentor's mentor dropped the same chart as I did. Of course, this is the one, right? Man, I know. Okay, cool. So instead of doing my regular risk, since I have everything I need within me, the excitement, right? I have that excitement within me. Now, one sec, family. Now, since I have that excitement within me, now I'm going to just up that leverage a little bit more. Why? Because, my mentor's going in on it. So it must be right. It must be the trade that's going to set me to hit my weekly goal, my monthly goal. So yeah, I think I should just go leverage a little bit higher. And then what happens when that trade doesn't go your way? Man, you just see the trade get updated on the chat, then it says stop loss hit, on to the next. But now you're not on to the next. You're still on this trade. And then you see the chat update again, re-entry given, up 1 to 5. And you're like, what? Like, how? Because you're so hung up on that loss that you missed the re-entry that would have gained you back that over leverage and more. Now let's switch up the tone a bit. Let's say you over leverage. Let's say now your mentor's markup was correct. Now you're deep in profits, fam. You're laughing right now. You're laughing. You just went 5% on one trade. You're laughing right now. Okay? You're laughing. Now let's change up the situation even more. Let's add it. Let's make it even better. This is your challenge, right? This is your challenge account. This is that 100K account that you've been working so hard towards. And you just went 5% on one trade and passed your challenge. Family, how hard are you laughing? How hard are you laughing right now? Right? How excited are you? How happy are you? What is that feeling like? Right? Everything that you've been working hard towards, now it's just finally happened. It finally is working. It's finally coming together because I got the trade correctly because, you know, my mentor told me that was the right trade. Now I over leveraged. So now it fakes you to believe. Now that you're on top of the world, it fakes you to believe, right? This fakes you to believe that over leveraging works. And family, now if you over leverage next time, now you'll flip the account even more. So now you're with your real challenged account. Now you're with your 100K account, right? It's your first week with a 100K account, trading a real six-figure account. It's your first time with this account since that trade. So now what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Since now you understand that over leveraging works. Over leveraging works. I passed my challenge, so it must work again. Family, the overexcitement since day one got fed. You're just feeding that gas, that fire. You're just gassing it up, right? Like I read in the chat, you're just gassing it up. You're gassing yourself up. You're gassing up the setup. How significant would it be for you if that one trade passed that whole challenge for you? How significant does it become for you to be a six-figure trader? See, it doesn't take much. I'll personally tell you guys something. My first account, I blew it. I had my challenge account, and I can honestly tell you, anybody can pass a challenge. Anybody can pass a challenge account. Mark my words. Anybody can pass a challenge account. It takes a disciplined trader, a consistently disciplined trader to maintain a six-figure account. The best example I could give you of this is I could give you a Lambo today, but will you be able to maintain that Lamborghini? Will you be able to do the maintenance, the oil change? Will you be able to maintain the gas, pay the insurance on it, right? Would you be able to maintain that Lambo if you were just given a Lambo today, right? It's not just anybody can win a Lambo. Anybody can win that Lambo. What I'm telling you, anybody can drive that Lambo. Anybody. Anybody can talk the talk. Anybody can drive that Lambo. But who, it really will show down the line over a period of time who really could maintain that Lambo. When you're pulling up to the parking lot, you're no longer pulling up with the Lambo, right? Now you got the beater back, right? You get your beater back, and now you're pulling up, and it's like, well, what the fuck happened? Right? Over leveraging is like a drug. Feels good at first, but ruins you in the long run. Exactly. Okay. So what is your approach of the market? What is your risk percentage per trade? Okay. How do you prefer to pay yourself out? These are all questions you should be asking yourself prior to when building that trading plan, right? How many of you have ever believed that how many of you answer this? Drop a 2 in the chat if you agree with this, okay? A big lot size means a big payout. Drop a 2 in the chat if that's a belief that you currently hold, right? Nothing wrong with it, right? I'm just asking. I just want to see where we're at, right? A big lot size means that I'm going to get a bigger payout. Cool. I have believed that. I can tell you myself that has been a thought that has circled my mind quite a bit, right? I see it all the time. You know what I mean? I see, for example, like Q Banks on Instagram dropping some fat lots on US 30. It fakes you to believe, right? The hype, the flex of somebody dropping a 2 lot on US 30 or 4 lot on US 30, right? They fakes you to believe that, oh, that's the way to go, right? It's because I can't drop a bigger lot. That's why I'm not winning. That's why, you know what I mean? So you fix you to believe that that's why I'm not winning in this game. It's because myself, I can't drop a big lot like Jerome can, or I can't drop a big lot like, Q Banks can. So therefore, that's why I'm not winning, right? And so I got to tell you guys, that is a belief that I've had before, right? A big lot doesn't necessarily mean that you get a bigger payout. Just like it means to you that it's a bigger payout, it should simultaneously mean to you that it's a bigger loss, right? Just like you believe that it's a bigger payout, you should understand that it's also a bigger risk, a bigger loss, a bigger emotional impact on your state of mind, right? So let's be real, guys, right? This is a safe zone. You need to understand your pain tolerance in the market. How many times, okay, your risk percentage should be based off how many times, right? How many of you know how consistently you are, right? Me personally, guys, I'm gonna be very raw with you. I'm under 50% accurate in the market, right? I'm under 50% accurate in the market on my trades. 50%, right? I follow actually 40. My analytics tell me that I'm 40%, 46% accurate in the market, right? So now I understand that 4 out of 10 trades I'm going to win. So now I understand also that simultaneously what that means, okay? Simultaneously, what that means that I can lose up to 6 trades before I find myself in the winning one. Family, this is the important part. This is where you guys should be taking down notes. See, if I understand that it takes 6 trades, that it could potentially take up to 6 trades for me to find myself in a winning trade, I can also understand that I can lose up to 6 times, and I need to be able to hold my cool. I need to be able to not be fazed by 6 losses. See, if any of those 6 losses are hurting you in any shape, way, or form, understand that your leverage is too big. Your order size is too big if you can't handle those losses back to back to back. Because by the time you get to that sixth loss, right, then you're emotionally drained. You can't handle another loss. You can't handle what it means to lose and be wrong again, because you risk 1 or 2% per trade, not understanding and being aware of where you stand as a trader, as a performer, right? Look at this as a sport, guys. As an athlete, you need to look at your performance, at your numbers, right? This is a game of numbers, right? Don't play the game, play the numbers, family, right? Who's ever watched Moneyball? Drop it in the chat. Drop 3 in the chat if you've ever watched Moneyball. Such a good game. Don't trust the game, right? Don't focus on the game. Focus on the numbers. Trust in numbers, family. There's a reason why the universe speaks to us in numerology, right? Trust the numbers. Trust your analytics. Remove the emotion from your trading by trusting in your plan. You trust your plan by getting it wrong so many times that you know all the things that, all the ways to do it wrong. You already know all the ways how not to do it. And your plan is a result of that, is a reflection of you learning over the period of time how not to do things. That is what your trading plan is. It's a reflection of the quality of your past experiences in the market. If you're finding yourself deep in emotions on a weekly basis, family, please take a moment, step back, and reevaluate your trading plan. Please do yourself that favor. You deserve it, right? You need to have a risk percentage based for every unique trade idea, not for every unique emotion that you feel about every trade. Okay? Again, we're removing the emotion from trading. One trade should never, family, ever have a negative effect on your life. One trade should never have a negative effect on your month, on your week, on your day. One trade should never have a negative effect on you, period. Because if a trade could that easily change your whole day, then I'm telling you right now, you're over leveraging the F out of that account. Unless it's impacting positively, right? But if you are exposing yourself to the market and one session, you sit down for one session, right? And an hour later, you are contemplating aspects of your life, of your future, of your past, you are probably over leveraging. And I am telling you this right now because I want you guys, for everybody who's either resonating with this or this is really like a really, really, really connecting with you, right? I want it to sink in because whether you understand this is right, wrong, okay, or not, right? I want you to be aware of it. As long as you guys walk out of here aware of what losing really means, this was a win for the day. This was a win for the call. Losing should be nothing, not even a pinch. All we have to do is acknowledge, right? Acknowledge the loss. That's it. It should never define you as a human being, as a trader, or as an individual. Most people I notice, from questions that I've asked my team, most people average out about 2% per trade. Okay. Let's say now you lose 4 to 5 of those trades in a row. Okay. You lose 4 to 5 trades in a row, risking at 2%. A lot of individuals will be negatively affected by losing, 8 to 10%. That's in one sitting. Family, understand, can you lose, right? If you're risking 2% per trade and you know that you're 50% and under accurate, can you lose 5 to 6 times in a row with that level of risk? If the answer is yes, family, bless. This next part is not really towards you. If you can take that and trade and not be affected, your confidence not be phased by those losses, family, keep going. That's the way to go. See, your level of risk should not be based, right? Excuse me, 1 second. These allergies are crazy. Your level of risk should not be based from your emotions alone. They should be based from the quality of the setup, right? Whether that setup ends up being correct or incorrect, whether it goes your way or doesn't, that doesn't matter. It's the fact that you followed your plan. So you know that your plan works. Because if you're not following your plan and you're following your plan half of the time, then how do you know that it works? See, a lot of people follow their plan, 1 or 2 trades, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they just blow it. Right? Monday, Tuesday comes, they're living, right? They're living off gold open, New York opens, they're living, right? So, I just up my account 10% on Monday, Tuesday. Come around Thursday, I'm hot, I'm coming in hot now, right? I'm on a roll right now, right? I've been killing it this week, right? So I guess that means that, because I've been killing it, I should up my leverage, my risk, right? I'm killing it, right? So that means I should be able to up my risk, right? And that's where a lot of us follow into, right? Because I can tell you, I've had some killer Mondays. I've had some killer market opens. I've had some killer Tuesdays. But I've also experienced very strong losses from the excitement from those wins Monday, Tuesday, and experienced a very negative hit on my account come Thursday, Friday. Family, check this out. I've had a tremendous week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've had a good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning. And because I got confident, it only takes one moment. If you're good 9 out of 10 times, trust me, that one time, that 1% of the time is going to be the very thing that's holding you back from your success. It's going to be the very 1%, that very small factor is going to be the very thing that's been holding you back from that account size that you want. It's the very thing that's defining you is defining your performance, right? It's that 1%. You can be good 9 out of 10 times, but it's that 1%. You're not good that 1% of the time, and you will fall back into old habits because it will fake you to believe that one time that you didn't follow your trading plan and you did win, you didn't see it. Like, I hope you guys understand. It's not so much dangerous when you lose by not following your trading plan. It's when you win by not following your trading plan that is most dangerous, because it fakes you to believe that it works, right? that it works. So you need to have that risk per trade, per setup, per unique setup, per confirmations, per number of confirmations locked in. Okay. Your goal as a trader is not to avoid losing, but to set yourself up to lose small, break even, win small, and win big. Okay. You set yourself up for those, for those type of days, for a small loss type of day, for a break even type of day, for a small win type of day, and for a win, for a big win type of day, and you will succeed. But if you set yourself up for a win big, win small, win big and lose big, win big and lose bigger, right? Oh shoot, 1 second, family, sorry. Right? It's going to, what is that going to do to you, right? To your level of belief in yourself, to your confidence, right? So what is your risk exposure? No trade should ever have a negative effect on your mental stability. So how many losses can you take, right? Right? How many losses can you take without being phased? What is your pain tolerance? Since we trade what we believe of the markets, so follow me here. This is important. Since we trade what we believe of the markets, right? And you start to feel good about a setup, you have all your confirmations and the setup is really spicy, right? So what happens when you get a little bit emotionally invested, right? What happens when you become emotionally invested into your setup? Well, it no longer is just any particular setup. It's the setup that's going to change your whole life. It's the setup that's going to elevate you from your current situation, right? Now, it's not just any setup. It's not just a trade. It's the trade, right? Family, the trade will come to you. The trade will happen when the trade that's going to change your life, when that setup shows itself to you, you won't even know that it happened. You won't even be able to foresee it or be able to predict it. All you can do is do exactly what you've been doing to get you into a winning situation and consistently keep that up, because a lot of people win. They create a trading plan. They start winning consistently. They define their edge. They start winning. They start becoming profitable. And then when they hit 6 figures, or maybe when you hit 7 figures, they start changing everything up. And now I'm wondering, just because your level of capital has increased, does that mean that your level of risk should as well? Just because the level of confidence has increased, does that mean your risk percentage should as well? You see, family, a lot of people become successful, right? And let the money take over their emotions. Because why would you change? Please answer me this. Somebody answer me this. Why would you change a winning formula? Why would you change something that's been working for you just because it's been working for you? Do you guys see the irony in that? If you're winning and you're a profitable trader and you've been killing it for the past 2-3 weeks, why change that? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I love that, right? So I'm just going to take another like 10 minutes of your guys' time. I appreciate everybody's patience, right? Since you know, we've been here for an hour, I'm just going to take the time. Remember, guys, to breathe, relax your shoulders, right? Maybe you're a little tense. Relax your shoulders back, right? Breathe in deep, center yourself, stand up straight, right? Maybe you're slouching over, right? Bring that back, all right? Come back, hang on with me for another 10 minutes, all right, guys? Appreciate you guys' patience. So, what happens when you get a little bit emotionally invested in a particular setup, right? What if we don't, right? Don't what if we don't win the trade that we so significantly believe to be the life-changing trade? What happens to you then? What happens to your emotions then? Man, fuck trading, man. I smart money is not the way. Or man, this academy is not working. Man, my team's not. Man, or my partner or my girl's pissing me off, and so you yell at your girl and you kick the dog, and now you're finding yourself not only having a bad morning, now you're having a bad day, and like, man, fuck today, and today's just not. Yeah, poor dog, right? Today's just not the day, right? Poor day for the dog too, right? Like you're just not having a good day because of that one trade. So now you have a bad day, and your bad day starts leading into a bad week, and now your bad week turns into a bad month. And why did it get that way? Because you believed that you have the one. Because if now the one's gone and the one opportunity is gone, you must not have another one. It must mean that there won't be another opportunity like that, right? But in the moment of it fakes you to believe that, right? You see, not following your trading plan and losing, you will at least look back and be like, oh man, it's because I didn't follow my plan. But you see, not following your trading plan and winning, you're not even gonna look back. You see, a lot of people win without reflection. And that's why they lose, right? That's why the individuals lose with no intentions. When you fail to reflect on your wins, you will lose without any intentions. And that is what's going to keep you on this negative loop that's going to keep you in the same place in your account at the same level that it's been in the past 6 months. Right? So, family, what I want you guys to take away from today is to remember that this trade is not better or worse than any other trade that you've taken. It's really not. You just feel really good about it and having all your confirmations there. That's why all your confirmations are there, though. That's why we have all of our confirmations. So that when they present themselves, we take our predetermined risk, not the risk that we're getting from the excitement of this spicy setup, right? Not the excitement. It's our predetermined risk that we set for when we come across all of our confirmations. See, when you come across absolutely every single one of your confirmations perfectly, they just line up so beautifully. It's just, it's just that trade, right? Man, you have a plan, a predetermined risk percentage, no matter how good, right, the trade is. Because this trade is not better than the next one. And that's why we have a plan. Your risk should not be determined on the spot. If you're determining your risk percentage on the spot, you're probably over leveraging or under leveraging and not compounding correctly, right? If you're not doing all these things and then asking yourself, why isn't this working? Fam, it's because you're not working. No cap. It's because you're not working. It's not that the trades don't work. The market's been working longer than you've been alive. So why all of a sudden do they not work for you? Right? Keep your risk percentage consistent to your trading plan. Remove the emotions from trading, right? Understand it doesn't matter how much you lose. Okay, I remember hearing this, from one of my mentors, and this changed my life. Okay, and I'm gonna share it with you guys, and I'm gonna end the call right there for time purposes. So understand, right, that it doesn't matter how much you lose. It doesn't matter how much you invest. It does not matter how much money you put into the markets. I don't care what anybody argue with me. I wish somebody would, right? Put up an argument with me on this. Doesn't matter how much you invest, how much you lose. In this industry, you can make all the money you've ever lost in your whole life, not just in trading, in your whole entire life, and more. Family, it does not make sense to quit. It does not make sense for you to quit. No matter how much you lost, no matter how much time you put into this, no matter how much money that you've invested, no matter how much you risked into the markets or given to the markets, no matter how much investments you put into this, you will make it back, fam. You will make it back and so much more. And I know some of you have experienced this. You can lose for a whole week, and one trade can bring all that back and some. It doesn't make sense to quit. It doesn't. To quit is to throw away that money, is to lose that money. To quit on your journey is to lose that money. To never give up on your journey, to never give up on this craft, is to have invested all that money into you. That is no longer an expense. That is no longer a loss. That is an investment. It is an investment as long as you keep going. So family, keep going, right? Don't stop, right? Remember to breathe before you take trades tomorrow. Remember to breathe before you start journaling. Breathe, center yourself. Know where you're standing in your trades, right? Know where you're standing as an individual, right? Know where you're standing emotionally, right? I want you guys to have an amazing, amazing week. I want you guys to prosper, grow, right? I want you guys to understand yourselves better and discover that this journey is not about the money, it's about you. And it's always just been about you, right? Learning more about you, learning who you are, learning your imperfections, right? And growing along with them, right? We're all here to grow. We're all here to prosper, right? And I know that these faces that I'm seeing right now, I cannot wait to see where we're at 5, 10 years down the line, because it doesn't make sense to quit. We're just getting started. Look at the amount of success we've all had within the first decade of our journeys. Man, it's not even been a decade into this, fam. It's not even been a decade into this. Look at where we're at. This life is just too good, right? Have an amazing day, family. Take care and clap easy. Deuces.